Hello developers, welcome back .NET Ramana. In this video, I am going to explain ASP.NET Core end to end, not at a surface level, but at a real developer and enterprise level. So what we will cover in this tutorial is what ASP.NET Core is, why Microsoft introduced it, because we have already ASP.NET MVC, right? What is the advantages of it? Comparison with the classic ASP.NET MVC, Visual Studio 2026 project creation, y- every important folder and file explanation, Program.cs in detail, very important, dependency injection, middleware, and finally how ASP.NET Core fits into real enterprise microservices architectures. Okay, this video is suitable for students, working professionals, and senior .NET developers. Let's go. First, what is ASP.NET Core? ASP.NET Core is a modern, open source, cross-platform web framework developed by Microsoft. So it is used to build web applications, RESTful APIs, microservices, cloud native and distributed systems. Okay. ASP.NET Core runs on the .NET platform. Yes or no? And works on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. That means different OS also we can host on that. Okay. Very important point. Everyone should remember that ASP.NET Core is not at all not an upgrade of classic ASP.NET MVC. Very important. Everyone thinks that ASP.NET MVC upgrade is nothing but ASP.NET Core. It is completely wrong. Okay. ASP.NET Core is not an upgrade of classic ASP.NET MVC. Remember that. It is a completely rewrite from scratch designed for performance, scalability, cloud readiness, modern development practices. Okay. Next, we will see why ASP.NET Core was introduced. Very important. Classic ASP.NET MVC had several limitations. It depended heavily on system.web. Any MVC if you see, right? Classic MVC, system.web is must and should. So it was tightly coupled to IIS and Windows. We can host only on IIS and Windows systems. Okay. It was not cloud friendly. Yes or no? Performance was limited. Dependency injection was not built in. Okay. If you have any discussions required for a dependency injection in our channel, it is there. Okay. Now Microsoft needed a framework that runs everywhere. That means it can run any operating systems, any cloud. Okay. Scales easily, works well with Docker, Kubernetes also, supports modern DevOps pipeline. So that required led to ASP.NET Core. It is very important. Okay. Now we will see advantages of ASP.NET Core. First, cross platform. Okay. ASP.NET Core runs on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, what we discussed earlier. This allows companies to use Linux servers, which reduce the infrastructure cost. Okay, remember this. Number two, high performance. ASP.NET Core uses the Kestrel web server, okay, which is extremely fast. So this web server by default ASP.NET Core support that. So if you required what is this Kestrel web server and all, we will do later one video on this. It supports asynchronous programming by default, can handle millions of requests efficiently. Okay, asynchronous, everything async await. This also we did one video. You can see in our channel. Number three, built-in dependency injection. Dependency injection is a part of framework itself. This result in clean architecture, loosely coupled, easy unit testing. Okay. So this video also we did what is the dependency injection, how we will in our channel. Number four, middleware pipelines. ASP.NET Core gives full control over the HTTP request pipeline using middleware like authentication, logging, error handling, caching, everything is the configurable. So about middleware also in our channel, there is a video you can cover on that. Okay. Number 5, cloud and microservices ready. Yes. So ASP.NET Core is specifically designed for Docker, Kubernetes, Azure, AWS, and microservices architectures. Okay. Now we will see the difference between ASP.NET Core versus classic ASP.NET MVC. You can see on the screen like features. What are the features? ASP.NET Core, what is classic MVC? Platform, cross-platform. So it will run in only Windows without MVC. Okay. Next, performance-wise, ASP.NET Core is high, so classic MVC is the moderate. Dependency injection, ASP.NET Core in built-in, classic MVC external. Cloud support, excellent support for ASP.NET Core and limited for classic MVC. Middleware, so we have like ASP.NET Core, yes, we have middlewares, but classic MVC we don't have that. Okay. System.web, not at all we don't use, but classic MVC it is a mandatory. Okay. Next, future, so actively developed, legacy we have in that. So for all new development, ASP.NET Core is the standard choice. Okay. Remember that. Next, why should we use ASP.NET Core? Very good. Okay, companies use ASP.NET Core because it scales easily, it supports microservices, it works well with CI/CD, it reduces the hosting cost, it is the future proof. So this all consider companies choose this. Okay. Now, so what we do is we will go to the Visual Studio 2026 project creation. So we will understand that how we can create the ASP.NET Core through Visual Studio, and each folder wise we will see that. Okay, let's go for the live. Okay, so I opened the Visual Studio 2026. I'm going to click on continue without code. Okay, now you can see the file. Okay, new project or solution. We are going to create that. Okay, we have to search ASP.NET Core, ASP.NET Core Web App, ASP.NET Core. You have to select, remember this, ASP.NET Core Web App Model View Controller. Model View Controller, you have to select that. Next, click Next. Okay, here we are giving to about core. I'm giving that. Okay, so next. Okay, I am selecting the framework because I am using the Visual Studio 2026. That's why I am using .NET 10 long-term support only. Okay, create. So do you want to existing solution with this? Because I already had that some solution. I am clicking no. Okay, I am clicking no. Then what I can do is wait. So I will click yes, let it be, because I don't want to change again name. That's why I'm not going back. Okay, now it is creating that. Okay, now we will see each folder, each thing what it does in the ASP.NET Core. So we will see step by step. Okay, first very important is the program.cs. Program.cs, I'm opening this. We will discuss about that. Program.cs is the entry point of the ASP.NET Core application. It's very important. They will ask in an interview also, what is the entry point of the ASP.NET Core application? We have to say, so program.cs. In classic MVC, we had like global.asx and startup.cs, right? In ASP.NET Core, both merged into program.cs. So we don't have anything like startup.cs, global.asx at all it merged to program.cs. So this is the by default program structures. Okay, you are able to see that. So program.cs does four things. Okay, one is creates the host, register the services, next configures the middlewares, and start the application. See, you can add everything. So everything we can configure in the program.cs. See, what is the default controller, we can map everything, it will be in the program.cs. Okay, next we will see app settings.json. Okay, so let me open that app settings.json. Okay, so what it does, we will see that. Okay, This file stores application configurations. So it is basically used for connection strings, logging levels, API keys, featured flags. Environment specific versions you can use app settings.development.json and app settings.production.json. Okay, very important. Next, we will see the controller folders. Okay, so controllers folders, what it does and all, we will see that. Okay? So controllers handles incoming HTTP request, like how it is URL, it will go to the controller, action and response, it will give that. So it is handling request and response of this controller. So controllers is must and in our application. So any ASP.NET Core, there should be a default controller to handle that. If controller is not that, so our application won't run that. Okay, remember on this. Next, we will see models. So models represent application data. Yes or no? So that also we will see that. So yeah, represents what is that application data? Application data. Types of models. Entity models we have, view models we have, DTOs we have. So these things we have already one in-depth video on this. You can see on that. So this is what we created view model and all. We can create like a, simply like I can create like one product. So one more class I can create that like product class product like this. So models we can create on this. Okay. Next we will see that views. Okay, views. So we have like different shared views and you can see that. So home we have index views and privacy.cs. Shared we have like okay layout error handling and all. We will see that. Okay. So layout acts like a master page. You always think that. So this is the layout. It is always like master pages of our application. Okay. Remember that. Okay, you can create n number of views on this. Okay, next we will see www root. Okay, this is very important. So this www root handles CSS, JavaScript, images and lib. So it is publicly exposing www root. So it is like it will store all static contents and also. So it is publicly accessible. Okay. Now we will see dependency injection and middleware. Dependency injection examples. So you can see that, okay, but I'm showing that. So that all dependency injection middlewares will create in where? So program.cs, right? What I we discuss. See, currently I don't create these classes. That's why it is throwing the error. Ignore that. Like that, we can add that. So add scope, add singleton. So these things also we have one video. Please cover it on the our channel. Okay, so you have to see our channel very good. Services are injected via constructors, not created manually. Next, we will see middleware to process HTTP request in a sequence. Order matters. Incorrect order can break the application. You always remember that. Okay. Now, we will see enterprise applications, how it will create. Okay. Enterprise application typically, so in real time enterprise application ASP.NET Core used in microservices architectures. Okay, client web application, any API gateway, there we can create multiple auth services, product services, order services, payment services, those things and all. Okay. Each service so is an independent ASP.NET Core API. Okay. So has its own database, can be scalable at. So microservices, we do one full length video later. That's why I'm not explaining in detail. Okay. So now we will see final summary. To summarize, ASP.NET Core is a modern and high performance. Okay, Program.cs is the heart of the application. Dependency injection, middleware are core concepts. It is designed for cloud and microservices. So can you guys recognize what is this? So these are the middlewares. So these are the middlewares. These are the dependency injections. So you always remember that. Okay, middlewares and dependency injections. You can see on that. Okay. So if you want to grow as a .NET developer, definitely ASP.NET Core is a mandatory. Subscribe to .NET Ramana for deep real world .NET content. Okay. Thank you, friends. Thank you all.